Alright, today we were going to be doing South Park The Fractured Buttholes Platinum, because I had played the first game before I started platinum hunting. But there is only 36 trophies, including the platinum inside, most being got from the story, or just playing the game, which is a nice change of pace looking at the first game's trophy list.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
Phase 1 is to beat the story, but you knew that already. You do have to do it on the hardest difficulty though, and in this game, that means, yes, you have to be black for a difficulty-based trophy. Welcome to South Park, y'all. The game opens up with all the kids role-playing medieval times, where we take a fat shit.
Nice.
That shit does give us a trophy though. When we do join the fighting, the game uses this as a tutorial to the new fighting mechanics. During said tutorial, we get our second trophy for knocking a guy out by hitting him into another guy. Love me some guy on guy action.
What do you mean by that?
After the combat tutorial, we visit Eric Cartman, the trash panda of all trash pandas, who tells us about a $100 reward for a missing cat, which causes everyone to play superheroes instead. Yes, this is the plot of this game. Anywho, I get into Eric's basement and just stare at him until he decides to give us a hero class. Seeing the choices, I had to go with Blaster. Then we learn our backstory, for the first of many times. Our story is, we saw our parents making me a sibling. Scary, I know. I'll be honest, the start of this game is very slow due to all the story beats and characters needing to be set up. For me, the next fun moment is when we're fighting this kid that looks like he's a bad WWE character, and he might need to change his dreams, because I think he's dead. We do also gotta save or rescue one of our people from a Raisins bar, which is just a Hooters, but with children. And while saving our homie, we get a trophy for getting a certain number of followers. Back to the Raisins girls though. The preceding fight wasn't too stressful, and we got out of there pretty easily. I am ashamed to say it was quite therapeutic beating up those little girls.
What did he say?
Our main story mission sends us to primary school. That's right, I don't do no American ass elementary school. But back to the mission. We head to the counselor's office. He's gonna talk to us about sex. More specifically, my gender. I feel like right now, I really need an adult. Next fucking bonkers moment that happens to us is when we go to our local church. Just trying to repent after bashing the Raisins girl's face in. Obviously, being a Catholic church though, we get sent straight into the back rooms. Now, I'm choosing to let your imagination guess what happens next. Just know, I got a trophy for finding 10 costume pieces. To say sorry about the priest talking to me, the head priest gives us a macaroni pitcher, which is a craftable item that, when crafted, gives us a trophy. We also get another trophy for changing your outfit. And of course, I had to go break in my new uniform by beating up tinfoil people.
Nice.
Morgan Freeman is in this game. He owns a taco shop. He helps us and kind of teaches us to use our fart powers. We also get a trophy for crafting 10 recipes, mostly the ones that Morgan gave us, but still a trophy. Now once we made it back to the superhero cave, I got a chance to get a second set of potential powers. And after selecting the powers I want, I get a trophy for getting a confused enemy to kill one of his teammates. Still same traumatizing backstory, but we do get a trophy to help the mood. We then get an alert that a neighboring superhero team is attacking, so we of course go off to battle them. Now I'll be honest, I got fucked up. Quick reload though, and we dominated second time round. I then went back home and changed out of my superhero clothes because it was nighttime, but only to walk in on my parents arguing. Married life.
Oh my god!
This is why I stay single and platinum video games. But after a lonely, sad dinner, I went to my room to get some well-earned rest. Psych, this is when the superhero action gets good, baby. It's time for night one. So, as stated, it's night one, and in South Park, that's when the real shit happens. For example, we beat up this drunk dude keying his own car and sneak into the local strip club. I'm not only blurring it so I can put a video saying to subscribe on, but also because it's a strip club. And on top of that, the strippers kind of make me want to rethink my sexuality. I'm also going to heavily skip this mission mostly because I fight so many strippers and YouTube wouldn't like that. After all that, we did follow a stripper into an Italian restaurant right next door because she had crucial info about the cat. Now, while going through the restaurant looking for our stripper, we do loot 100 biohazard items, which leads us to a trophy. Now, during the confrontation, Drunk Randy showed up. Yes, the guy who was keying his car. This time though, he was red wine drunk. The worst kind of drunk. Turns out wine drunk Randy kicks ass though. So I did have to use the pasta consumable that the priest gave me, and that led to a trophy. But I still lost. Once finally defeating wine drunk Randy, we get another trophy. So some positives. That stripper also came back with us to Eric's house. I wonder how that talk went down between Eric and his parents. For the next portion of the game, not many trophies or big story beats happen. But I do find a Captain America suit, so that's good. The next trophy I do finally get is when fighting the Raisin Girls, because of course it is. The trophy pops after beating them, and it's for reaching the highest rank on one title in our character sheet. I'm afraid still not a lot of story stuff, just a trophy for crafting an artifact with a might value higher than 75. Back to the school counselor though, I again have to choose my gender, but also sexual preference. Schools nowadays really do be asking the hard-hitting questions.
Stop it. Get some help.
The school definitely got to fire someone though, because my choices of straight male leaked, and I got attacked by rednecks outside the elementary school. Definitely Twitter users, but at least I got a trophy by winning a combat by using a time farting ability that I got earlier in the game to defeat the last remaining enemy. I went to the bar after to talk to the school principal to get someone fired. Sadly, he did not fire anyone. He did, however, teach us about microaggressions, or if you're not familiar with that, racist jokes. After our training, we head to the police station as they want to recruit us to gather criminals for them. I head off to gather said criminals, and I do capture one, but on the way back, we run into some 6th graders. I do, however, use this fight to get 2 trophies. One for using my fart glitch to make a status effect to defeat someone, and the other for being the last one of my team standing when we win the battle. Getting back to our police work, we hunt down our second suspect, but while outside, we get stopped by his security. While taking on these guards, we get a trophy for keeping our ally alive while they take 2 times their health and damage. We break in and fight our second criminal, which is another black man. I'm sure it's just a coincidence though, because the American police force would never be like that. So about an hour or so with 0 trophies, and it now being nighttime in-game, we get put on a mission where the plot really starts to thicken. Slight issue with this mission though, it goes on forever. Essentially, we have to break into the Chaos Lair, where the lost cat should be located. The Chaos is like the supervillain to our superheroes, and while searching, of course, I've got to do puzzles here and there, and also do a giant fight. Now this fight is ass. Enemies just keep spawning, and some do one-shot you. Best believe we default danced on their ass. I also learned a new farting ability, which allows us to clear the so-called lava around the map with our asshole. There are still a lot of fights in the Chaos Lair area, but that all leads us to the big one. The big one would end night 2 for us, but in order for that to happen, I'd have to beat the leader and his army of alfoil wearing paid immigrants. I feel like there's a lawsuit waiting to happen somewhere.
I'm in danger.
Anyway, as daunting as the suit was, his attacks were kind of easy to avoid. Sadly, no trophy for beating him straight away, but a lot of cutscenes. And I mean a lot. Like, I felt like I was watching an episode of South Park from my chair. The biggest thing to take away from the cutscenes though, was that the police chief was evil. And yes, racist.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
But also that he's working for a talking hand who's been behind everything. Drugs, the violence, the cat. Oh, and also the cat died.
It died in the fire and the fighting. Just so you know.
So before the cutscene started, I did get a trophy for reaching the highest rank on 5 titles on my character sheet. There was also a trophy after the cutscene for following the plans of Professor Chaos. and I just saw the joke in that trophy. Comment the joke if you get it. Since we now know about the police betrayal, we set off to deal with them once and for all. On the way there, however, we do go past a large construction tower that when climbed does give us a trophy. We try again to get to the police station, but get ambushed by the boys in blue.
It's a trap!
And even though I get a trophy for using all allies' ultimates, I do struggle, so I decide to save the police station and do some other stuff instead. Our first stop is back at school, where we become the counselor. Kinda. Basically, we just join a gay couple in some counseling and help fight off the bad emotions. And I'm being serious, he actually has people dress up as bad emotions so we can fight them. Anyway, as a reward, they give us a strong artifact that puts us over 600 might, and that's a trophy. Next, I head to the bank, because I'm sick of being poor. I need to reach a certain point of economic wealth for a trophy. It also basically is just gambling, and I'm definitely addicted to gambling. I'll be honest, it took me like 45 minutes of spinning this damn wheel to reach the highest value. But when I did, well, damn, it felt good to be rich.
We go, money talk.
Just kidding. I'm basically just rich in regards of my net value.
We now finally get to the police station, and of course, our boys in blue are doing lines while the town is incarnate.
What I wouldn't give to be a cop in South Park right now.
After defeating several officers and solving puzzles, we find out legit every black person has been arrested. Then, to top it all off, they are being sacrificed to a fucking Sarlacc pit for some cult-ass reasons.
What were the writers on, and where do I find it?
What do you mean by that?
I bet you're wondering how we beat the monster in the hole. Well, it's simple. We feed it white people. You really can't make this shit up. At least after finishing the mission, it puts an end to racism. At least that's what the trophy says. I also forgot to mention that I got more power classes from Cartman and got a trophy for equipping 4 of those different classes at a time. My bad. Back to the story though. We call it a night after a long night of saving lives to wake up to a torture porn and joys wet dream and our parents missing. We find out that South Park has a mad scientist lab, because of course it does. We got intel that that's where my parents are being held, so the team meets up there to get my parents
And save the town.
While at the gate, we also learn how to time travel with our farts, because that is what this game needed. Time travel. Now, of course, inside the mutation plant, everything goes pear-shaped. We have to fight all of the mutations. Look, at this point, I got lost in the plot, and I really don't want to try and explain it. So just know, we had to fight that kid that failed the WWE move from the beginning on the bed. But he was mutated now, and looked like this.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Ugh! Get it away from me, man.
This fight took 20 minutes to beat, and the only saving grace was this beautiful trophy for beating him. After all that is when the time travel starts, and I refuse to talk about it. Except one fight with Santa helping us, so shout out to Santa, you're a real one. And fight our previous souls. So let's show the Victor Royale scream for beating those bozos. Trophy pops, and we get back to our time for the big evil hand to be defeated by his mother, which was Cartman's other hand. South Park. What the fuck? Just give me the final story trophy for highest difficulty and let's move on. Moving on to the collectibles and cleanup, I start by taking all the change in the homeless camp. They obviously didn't need it. We then have 2 actual collectible trophies for pooping in every toilet in South Park. I know, what a stinker. And the other for collecting these art pieces found around South Park about 2 male lovers. Yeah. Another 2 trophies are for unlocking the abilities and summons. So as I just said, one for collecting all combat time farts, and one for getting all the summons in the game. The last trophy for me is fighting and beating Morgan Freeman, which is fucking hilarious. What's even funnier is he will only fight you if you're white. Once beating him though,
We get a trophy, and then get that beautiful, beautiful platinum.
so overall, South Park: The Fractured Butthole was a good experience, especially in regards to its platinum. A lot better than The Stick of Truth, which I still haven't finished because of all those fucking missables. But I definitely recommend. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, leave a like and comment some future games you'd like to see. And if you want to see those future games, hit the subscribe button so you can get notified when the videos are posted. Till next time.
Thanks for watching.